Hey guys, Gizbeat here with a DG550 from Doogee. We got this phone from GearBest. You can get this phone now for $159.99 with a free 8GB card, free shipping. Coupon code GIZBEAT, G-I-Z-B-E-A-T 550. Okay, now that that's out of the way, we are going to be going over a couple of things that I already covered in the hands-on. The first thing I'd like to go over here is the LCD, which is very nice LCD. The whites are quite white. I compared it to a THL T11 and W200S, and the whites from this phone are significantly whiter than the THL T11 and the W200S. Both those phones have good screens. However, the white is a little bit yellow tinted, whereas with the DG550 here, the whites are quite nice. I was a little bit concerned about 720p on a 5.5 inch LCD. However, it's fine, it's crisp, it's clear. From about a foot away, it seems almost retina. So Doogee put a very nice screen in the DG550. Actually, I had this phone at work, and a couple of people actually said that the screen looked better than the THL T11 and the W200S. So I'm not sure what that's worth, but there were other people that felt this similar to I did, that the phone screen looks very nice. Moving on to the OS, very solid OS on this phone. I had only a couple of crashes. That was from Chrome Beta, which shut down. Chrome Beta had a couple of forced closes, but besides that, the phone's OS is extremely solid, and I haven't had any issues with it at all. The Facebook is working 100%. Let's get into that. There has been an issue with some recent China phones that Facebook is crashing, and this is the newest version of Facebook, and you can see it's going to load fine. Hopefully I won't be proved wrong here. Up until now, I haven't had any crashes. The Facebook is working fine. All the functions such as uploading pictures and viewing videos, all that stuff, I've had no crashes with Facebook, so that's a step up. I know most of you guys use Facebook out there. So also Google Play. Let's take a look at Google Play. There's the Play Store. I'm not sure why I keep calling it Google Play. It's actually the Play Store. And you can see here that we have Play. That's another issue with some of the cheaper China phones, some of the cheaper China mobiles. Google Play has an issue with running, and with this, it's no problem. Downloads, updates, all that good stuff is no problem at all. Okay, Play is working. That's a positive. I want to go into a couple of the negatives now, and for me this isn't a negative, but for some of you out there it may be. Actually, both these things are negatives. The first is that there's no KitKat. A lot of people are expecting and hoping for KitKat, and that's what this phone was originally announced as having from Doogee, was that it was going to have KitKat, but however it doesn't. For me it's no problem. I'm fine with Jelly Bean. There aren't really a lot of innovations or a big difference using KitKat in my experience to using Jelly Bean. Some users really want KitKat, and I can understand how that may be a negative. Also, Doogee said that they would have KitKat on this phone. However, it's not KitKat. Even on the box it says KitKat, but it's not KitKat. Again, that's not a negative for me. It might be for you guys, but so it does bear mentioning. The other thing is there's no LED notification light. If you get a notification while the screen is off, you're not going to get a red light blinking or any color light blinking up here. That could be a negative for some also. For me, it's not an issue. I always have notifications. So if you have email and you have your Hangouts and Facebook and Line app and all this stuff, it's extremely unusual for me to go without a notification for even maybe 10 to 15 minutes or so. So pretty much whenever I turn on my screen, I can expect there to be a notification there. For me, it's not a negative. For you guys, it might be, so that's why I mention it. The LED flashlight could be a bit brighter. However, for me it's okay. It's also timed perfectly to the pictures. Some mobiles, the flash either goes off too soon or too late and it misses the picture. With the Doogee DG550, they timed it 100% perfectly. And actually, if you want, you can go on gizbeat.com or chinaphonearena.com, and we have some picture examples there for you guys to check out. Okay, that's about it for the negatives. The main being that the LED flashlight could be a bit brighter, and it does not have a LED notification lamp, and KitKat is not present. For all three of those things, I'm just going to reiterate, they're not a deal breaker for me anyways. For you they might be, so I need to bring them up. The design, let's go into the design of the phone. I'm really liking this. The Doogee DG550 has really grown on me. When I first got it, I was like, it's a bit too big for me, and I still feel that perhaps a smaller phone is the right phone for me, but this phone has really grown on me. I like that the edges here, the corners, are rounded so you don't get digging into your fingers. The THL11, I love the perfectly square design of the T11. However, the corners, they dig into my palm here, and this is how I hold a phone. You guys probably hold a phone similar to this. The corners of the T11 would dig in, not so with the DG550. I really like the design of this. You have these strip on the side here that adds a nice bit of class to the phone, and the rounded bottom and the rounded top, and it really looks nice. I wanted to mention this. I brought this around to a few shops in Thailand, and I had no less than 4 or 5 people tell me that this phone, they said, oh, that's Oppo. The first thing they said, oh, is that Oppo? And I said, no, it's Doogee. Of course, they had not heard of Doogee, but it was interesting that I had at least 3 or 4 people say Oppo. None of them said Samsung, none of them said HTC or anything like that. Right off the bat, they said, oh, that's an Oppo phone, right? And I said, no, it's Doogee. Anyways, the pictures from the camera came out very nice. I do invite you to come by gizbeat.com or chinaphonearena.com. I'm gonna have, or I do have some pictures up already, and we'll have more coming. I'm also gonna have this phone's pictures compared to a high-end point-and-shoot camera, so you can see what these look like. They are a relatively low megapixel, the pictures, but I can show you what they look like. For example, posting on Facebook or emailing. You can see the difference between the Doogee DG550 and a high-end point-and-shoot. I'm going to have those up within the next couple days. The GPS, strong lock. I got a cold lock within a minute. The warm lock happens within a few seconds. Now the Bluetooth is working fine. I connected no problem to the smartwatch that GearBest sent me. The smartwatch connected no problem at all, and it stayed connected. An interesting little cool thing was that the phone stayed sleeping the entire duration that it was connected to the Bluetooth watch. The battery life, this is a big plus with this phone. The battery life is really good. I got 6 hours on screen. That was with both of the SIMs in and Wi-Fi on 100%. The screen lasted 6 hours, or the battery lasted 6 hours. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, it was over a period of 18 hours. So that's very good on-screen time. 6 hours surfing is pretty good. Most of my activity was internet surfing, also some flipping around in the phone, just flipping around, changing settings, etc. There wasn't any gaming, no phone calls. So those were, that was a scenario for the 6 hours on screen. The really nice thing about this phone is the extremely fast battery charging. I got this phone charged from low percentages, I believe it was at 5 or 6%, up to 100% in under 2 hours. So basically this phone will charge battery full in 2 hours flat, which is great. That's a huge up from a year ago when China phones, a 2000 milliamp battery would take approximately 3.5 hours to fully charge. Now this, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, this is a 2600 milliamp battery. Okay, on to the speakers, the mic, and the earpiece. For me, the speaker is beyond adequate. I have heard louder, however, the speaker on the Doogee DG550 is more than fine. It's plenty enough to listen to a hands-free phone call or to watch a movie on YouTube or whatever app you use for watching videos or listening to music. It should fill a room, no problem. The earpiece, very good. I was standing on a highway and I was talking to someone. I could hear them no problem at all. They could hear me, so the microphone is quite good also. And I really like the evil eye, is what I dubbed it anyways. That's what I've nicknamed it, is the evil eye. I really like it's a very small touch. This can't have cost much, innovation wise, creativity wise, and actual price wise for putting it in. It's just a simple little slit with a blue LED behind it. However, it really adds to the look of the phone. I really like that, what they did here. Adds a little bit of uniqueness there. The Wi-Fi was very good on this phone. From 200 feet, I was able to get fast internet. It was only a single bar, but the internet was fast. It was no problem surfing at all from 200 feet away from just a simple. It's a simple everyday plain router, $20 routers, no internet, the Wi-Fi signals, no problem. Rooting the phone, you want to use Framer Root, option 3. And I believe I do have that installed already. You have Boromir, Faramir, and Barahir. I'm not sure if I'm saying those correctly. However, that doesn't really matter. You're going to see which one I press. I'm going to press the third one here. Success, super user, and SU binary installed. You have to reboot your device. So you reboot, boom, you have super SU, and your phone is then rooted. Very simple process. The app is called Framer Root. You can get that at ChinaPhoneArena.com. When you root your phone, it's possible that the warranty can be voided. It depends on the shop that you purchase from. GearBest, I believe, does not void warranties, but you might want to double check that if on the forum before you go ahead and root. There is also a cleanup option with Framer Root, so even if you root it, you should be able to unroot, and that will clean. It should clean everything up. You can also do that through the Super SU app. You don't have to do it through Framer Root, and that should clean everything up so the phone looks like it was never rooted before. Conclusion, for $160 with a free 8GB card and free shipping, it's difficult to beat. It has an MT6592 SoC. I believe this is perhaps the cheapest, or at least one of the top 3 cheapest MT6592 phones. And that it comes with an 8GB probably makes it the best deal out there for MT6592. The LCD is very nice, excellent viewing angles from the top, from the sides, from the bottom. Great viewing angles, even from the corners. There's no color change from the corners either. It's a great LCD. All the components, GPS, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, the speaker, the mic, the earpiece, everything on this phone is working very nice. As I said, the design has really grown on me. I really like this phone. When I pick it up and hold it in the hand, it's solid. Okay, we scored 25,918 on Antutu. Let's call it 26K. I initially scored 27,000, and I believe it's because I have quite a few more apps on here now and possibly stuff running in the background that slowed it down. So that is the Antutu score. Guys, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to have Asphalt 8 with OTG coming up with his phone, and a video review of the Goophone i5. This phone, I think, is a great deal. I would not recommend it. I wouldn't put my name behind it if I didn't think it was a solid purchase. It's $159.99, free 8GB card at GearBest, GearBest.com, GearBest.com, with the coupon code GIZBEAT550. You can get the phone for $159.99 with an 8GB card and free shipping. Okay, that's it, guys. Subscribe. We got a couple more cool videos coming up soon. Damien, over and out. Could be a bit brighter. For me, it's okay. It's actually timed perfectly with the photographs, which is also another thing with some phones. There's an ant. thing I really like about this phone, and I mentioned it with the iNew V3, is the evil eye. I really love the evil eye, and it just stares at you while you're using the phone, and it kind of becomes your friend. Well,